Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich and happy Friday. This is the last video of the series which I've been doing about the projected roadmap of the Tata Group under what might happen under the new helm of Mr. Neil Tata. This is purely, some of it is real in the sense that these companies exist, these businesses exist. What is projection is purely speculation, and it is the way a value investor has to look is the whole premise of this whole series of videos which I've done. It is not to say it is an investment strategy which I want you to apply. What I wanted to gain from this video is how to think differently when you look at a company, more than just its balance sheet, more than just its promoter's integrity. As a value investor, this is the way you should need to project into the future and slowly learn to see how businesses evolve and how you may see it evolve as a business owner. This is what Charlie was trying to tell Warren when Warren was busy doing cigar butt investing from Ben Graham's school, how to made him pivot into what he's doing today. Yes, it does work to do cigar butt investing when you have small capital and you're really relatively unknown in the market. But as you grow and as more and more people have figured out about cigar butt investing, these opportunities are slowly drying up in the market. You don't find so many cigar butts lying around as we used to at the times when Warren Buffett started investing. So you have to start strategizing and thinking differently when you invest. And that is what I want to help you and guide you towards. So the last in the series is the finance sector. What is the Tata Group doing in the finance sector? I'm not going to talk about the history of what's happened to them and the missteps that happened to them. I'm sure Anand has done videos on this, and you can Google and read about it and what has happened with them regarding their ambitions in finance. I'm going to talk about what is happening right now and the roadmap going forward, what may happen based on where they are right now. Right now in finance, there are two wings which the Tatas are invested in and they're working on. One is the Tata Capital Company, which a lot of you have heard about. And that company primarily does lending. And they've raised through around $500 million in October 2024. And all these are dollar bonds, meaning they're dollar denominated. That means the money was given to them in dollars and they have to pay them back in dollars and they're paying interest in dollars. That $500 million has been brought as capital into Tata Capital, where they're trying to do product diversification, where they're offering loans, so known as low-ticket personal loans, and they're offering business loans, educational loans. They're trying to pivot into this and offer a new segment of Indian society, these credit facilities, hoping to not only make money off it, but also reinvigorate society and, of course, upliftment of lower income group and parts of society which have not found credit easy, to give them credit and help them lift themselves up. This is one of their themes behind this whole idea, of course, in the process of making money. This is the company which is planned as an IPO this year. It's supposed to be a 15,000 crore IPO, which is being projected. And when it's happening, how it's happening, as it's happening, of course, I will talk more about it. This is what I projected. Actual red herrings and everything has to be shared. We'll get ideas and subscription. So all this will come when that opportunity comes, and if it all looks great, which we hope it does, we'll all try and subscribe to it and get some Tata Capital shares. This is what is happening in finance. The other company which they have is with partnership with Tata AIA and Tata AIG. That is a joint venture with the AIA group, right, where they own 51% of the company. And in this joint venture, what are they doing? They're offering something known as surety bonds from May 2024. Surety bonds are bonds which gives a surety. In case the person fails to pay or deliver, the company will step in, insurance company will come in and cover the cost. And that is known as a surety bond. These have a high premium and it's a good business, and they're doing this since May 2024. Another thing which they're doing, which is first of a kind in India especially, is satellite in orbit third-party insurance that is directly addressing the burgeoning space market in India and the aspirations of people wanting to do business with satellites and satellite related and space business. So this is something which is first of its kind, which in India. It shows you the company is trying to evolve and grow. And another thing which they've started to offer, which is very different, is targeting NRIs. NRIs, they're offering them something known as life insurance in US dollars. That is the US dollar life insurance, where the payout will be done in dollars. So the insurance policies, it's targeting NRIs and assuring them in case of any death or any kind of disability or whatever that happens, the policy is given in dollars, paid in dollars, and that is something which is new and it's targeting at NRIs. This is what they are doing in terms of insurance currently. Another interesting piece of news which has come out since Neil Tata has taken over is They have decentralized debt management in the group. Before, Tata Group used to have something known as cross default clauses and letters of comfort. That means if one group is borrowing, the other group, clauses saying if they don't pay, we will pay. And they'll give a letter saying, don't worry, we are there. We are also supporting this company. They've said, we cannot do this anymore. Let's stop doing this. They've directed each subsidiary, especially the new ones, to manage its debt independently. That means you borrow, you pay, you manage your debt. Don't look for everybody else to manage your debt. So this is good. This promotes financial discipline. It promotes autonomy in the group companies below Tata and Sons. So this is all good news. It shows they themselves are learning to keep silos separate and work independently and collaborate where they need to collaborate. But as far as debt is concerned, to keep it separate. I think some of it is regarding what happened with RBI and the debt and listing of Tata and Sons, all that. They want to avoid any kind of issues in the future. So they want to make sure everybody manages their own wallet and there's no more this cross-contamination happening, which is, as an investor, good news. So whatever debt you see in a company, we know. Of course, Tata and Son owns these majority of these companies in different ways and means. So if there is any issue, of course, as promoters, they would do a lot of things. This doesn't mean they're not behind the company. All it means is they're expecting the management of this company to be more smart and more disciplined in managing their debt, which as investors is good news. So what does this mean as an investor now, which is I've laid out to you? Well, in the short term, in the next 1 to 2 years, we can look forward to the Tata Capital IPO, right? So keep an eye on the Tata Capital IPO news and see what is coming out. And if an opportunity comes, be ready to subscribe to that after we do, of course, do the due diligence. Keep an eye on the Tata AIG and Tata AI. Keep that company in your radar. See what's happening with that company. Keep abreast with the news happening with that company. Right now, there's no opportunity to invest in that company, but follow companies like HDFC Life, follow companies like ICICI Lombard, because these are private insurance companies in India. Whatever happens to them will definitely be happening to Tata, and it'll affect them too. So keeping an eye on the industry is very useful right now. Also keep an eye on Tata new fintech. This is Tata's the fintech app of theirs, where they've launched buy now, pay later schemes, offering that line of credit. See how that is growing and see what market news you're hearing about that, and keep a track of that. That will also help you in the next few years as we look at the Tata Capital IPO and subscribe to that. 4 to 7 years, what can you think of happening? Well, I feel what will happen is Tata Capital starts scaling up because they would have done the IPO. All that fresh capital will have come in, so they will start scaling up. Investors should hope to target a return on equity of around 15%, and the loan book should grow around 20% CAGR for Tata Capital is what we should be looking at when this happens. Tata AIG, meanwhile, and Tata AI should see, hopefully, the real estate in India in 7 years, 8 years time would see a revival because of new jobs and new industries and everything we are hoping will expand and create in India. There'll be infrastructure boom also happening, hopefully. That will, of course, boost all the surety bonds and commercial insurance schemes which are there. And also there's an expansion, hopefully will happen in GCC, which is the Gulf countries, where most Indian diasporas and NRIs are sitting. This will create an opportunity for Tata AIG and Tata AII. So there's potential growth for them. Probably 10 years from now, we'll probably see, or a little less than that, I hope, we will see a potential IPO for Tata Insurance, Tata AII. If that comes along, that'll be interesting. That'll be something more to look at. This will all finally come together is what I think, probably 10 years, 12 years from now, where Tata Finance will come back, because as Tata Capital evolves, there'll be an amalgamation where this will become a bank, maybe something like HDFC, or they could integrate their insurance business with this and start giving Bajaj Finance a run for their money. This is a roadmap which I think is possible to think of, looking at where Tata Capital is and Tata AII and Tata AIG. What do you think of what I said 10 years from now? Do you see such a roadmap playing out? Do you see, under the helm of Neo Tata, this coming out? I want to hear your comments. What do you think about this whole series of videos I've done in Tata and Tata Group in various sectors and the existing companies, in future companies, and IPO options? What do you think about this whole way of analyzing and thinking? Do you think this adds value to investing? Is this something that we should try and do more of as investors, to think what will happen in the next 5 years, 10 years, and project to see how businesses will grow, rather than worrying about how a country does or what the economy is doing? We should focus on what the business sector is doing and what a business is going to do. Think of it like that and pivot more towards spending some time analyzing this. I would love to hear your opinion, especially for something for me to read over the weekend. I hope you had a wonderful week, and I hope you managed to get some investing done this week. We'll start again our investing journey in Tiffin Coffee Range on Monday. Monday will be day 39 in our 247-day challenge. So I'll be hoping that you'll come and join me on Monday morning, 5 o'clock, as I welcome you and say good morning. And we will discuss what happened with the FIIs and DIIs and see where the dollar is and what happens with the Nikkei and where the gold is, and have some interesting conversations as we get into the day. Hope you have a wonderful weekend and rest up and recharge, as I always say. See you again soon. Thank you.